crazy? We really wanted this to feel like the epic conclusion of a friendship that we actually had with these people.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason.
You're the only friend I ever had.
And I've had so many friends, but only one that mattered.
Please, where'd you get that? We've spent so many special years together, so to be approaching Wicked for Good was really quite emotional.
I'm blown away by how connective and connected people have become and are to this journey.
Think of what we can do together.
I'm very grateful for the audience, because without the audience, none of this would exist.
It's time. Up fast. I'm so excited for the audience to finally have it, because to have this amount of excitement before even seeing it is wild and insane and wonderful.
Evidence-based care for our expanding network. Now in Texas, Injury Treatment Center at Marvin offers a
I have
comprehensive
never in
residential
my
treatment
life
program
experienced
designed to help
anything like the
individuals build
love
foundations
that people
for
have
lasting
shown
recovery.
Wicked.
For a loved one needs help, call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team or visit
There is a huge
hickorycenters.com
emotional
today.
side of telling a story like this, and the only thing we have is like each other to like link arms and just to step forward together. And if anything, that is what I've learned to really trust now more than anything. The biggest lesson of Wicked is those linking arms.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here? Biologically, no. Okay.
From your
Listen to your lungs, monitor takes screen, conceal your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more
You're
at
watching KFDX 3 News at 10.
Journey.
Think of what we could do together.
I'm very grateful for the audience, because without the audience, none of this would exist.
It's time for both of us to fly.
I'm so excited for the audience to finally have it, because to have this amount of excitement before even seeing it is wild and insane and wonderful.
I have never in my life experienced anything like the love that people have shown Wicked.
I'm so lucky I get to share this movie with you guys.
There is a huge emotional side of telling a story like this, and the only thing we have is like each other to like link arms and to step forward together. And if anything, that is what I've learned to really trust now more than anything. The biggest lesson of Wicked is those linking arms.
From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community. You're watching KFDX 3 News at 10.
Our weather team's been tracking severe weather in the area. This is some footage from our storm chaser, Kyle Guthrie, just west of Henrietta at Highway 287 and Brown Road. Winds were reaching 53 miles per hour, and there was some hail out there as well, up to quarter size was reported. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Aaron Gonders.
And I'm Carney Porter. We're going to go ahead and start things off with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look at how things are going into the night. Michael, what do you know so far?
There are still a couple of storms out there. One of these storms, more on the large side. Our radar locally here at Frederick is still down, so that's why the radar looks a little bit different than it usually does. We got some activity in northern Wilbarger County making its way into western portions of Tillman County. Right now, it's hard to tell because it's in a real radar hole that we call it. It's pretty far away from any radar that's actually functioning right now. But right now, it doesn't look too strong, at least from the radars that we can see. However, the activity in the southern portions of Texoma, it's not severe. As we get closer to the radar that's down to the south out towards Dyes Air Force Base, we do actually can see that it is a little bit stronger, not severe, some gusty winds, maybe some quarter-sized hail or some nickel-sized hail possible with this storm as it drifts off to the east here. Does not look to be particularly concerning, but we will keep a close eye on it as it makes its way across Baylor County and eventually pushing into Archer, Young counties, and potentially Wichita County here. Current temperature outside is 69 degrees in Wichita Falls. There's still plenty of moisture in the atmosphere. Dew point there is at 64. That's going to be enough moisture to help feed some of these storms in the overnight hours as rain chances continue overnight tonight into tomorrow. That will include some chances for severe weather before more chances come in for this weekend. We'll talk all about it coming up here in a few minutes, guys.
All right, sounds good, Michael. Thanks so much. In other news tonight, Governor Greg Abbott is asking North Texas law enforcement officials to investigate organizations he says are masquerading as courts to enforce Sharia law.
This morning's memo follows up on his proclamation from yesterday, declaring the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council on American Islamic Relations foreign terrorist organizations.
Adam Schwager breaks down Abbott's declaration and what it could mean for those organizations.
On Tuesday morning, Governor Greg Abbott declared the Council of American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, as a foreign terrorist organization.
We have freedom of religion. However, your religion cannot become a threat to our freedom. And Sharia law is that threat.
In his order, Abbott cites a co-founder of the Texas branch of CAIR serving a prison sentence for funding Hamas. A report from George Washington University's program on extremism calling CAIR a Hamas network, and an FBI report saying CAIR was founded as a front group for Hamas. CAIR contends their organization is nothing but a civil rights group.
All the leadership of CAIR are American citizens. CAIR was founded in Washington, D.C., the capital of our nation.
CAIR has not been deemed as foreign terrorists by the United States. The group calls Abbott's attacks a publicity stunt.
Greg Abbott is an Israel-first politician who has spent months trying to stoke anti-Muslim hysteria and shred the First Amendment to protect the Israeli government from criticism.
Abbott's order has legal teeth. Declaring CAIR a transnational criminal organization allows Abbott to tap into new powers he explained on the Mark Davis Show Tuesday morning.
It prohibits them from being able to purchase or acquire land in Texas and authorizes the Attorney General to sue to shut them down.
CAIR calls Abbott's threats hollow.
Americans have the right to buy land from willing sellers wherever they want, including in the state of Texas, and no ridiculous bill can stop Americans from doing that.
The bill's author, East Texas Republican Cole Hefner, praised Abbott's order, saying the law is meant to stop extremist networks. CAIR has threatened to sue if Governor Abbott tries to enforce these measures. In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
In today's release, Abbott specifically targeted a North Texas organization called Islamic Tribunal, saying they're trying to enforce Sharia law. They responded to Nexstar, saying Abbott's comments are factually and legally incorrect, saying they only handle internal issues like religiously declaring a divorce. Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton did not respond to comment for this story.
In other news, tomorrow you can watch the funeral of Vice President Dick Cheney on our smart TV app, KFDX+. Richard B. Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the U.S., passed away earlier this month at age 84. Vice President Cheney's funeral takes place tomorrow morning at the Washington National Cathedral. It begins at 11 a.m. Eastern or 10 our time. You can tune in for free on our app, KFDX+.
One Wichitan is wanting to share some tips for managing diabetes during the holidays. Randall Barker was diagnosed with diabetes at just 10 years old. As a type 1 diabetic, Barker's body doesn't produce enough insulin, so he carries his bag with insulin injections, pump, and glucose monitors. Barker encourages diabetics to have a plan in place if you do happen to get sick. He also encourages you to plan your meals now so you can have a nice full plate on Thanksgiving.
Restrict the amount of desserts going in a couple days before or something like that. Really kind of plan for that big meal by maybe limiting a little bit on the meals before. I have extra insulin if needed. With myself, I use a pump, so I carry all my pump supplies there to help them.
Dietitians recommend walking after eating to help your blood sugar levels.
The Burke-Burnett Tax Field Office will be demolished as county commissioners say it's time to update the building. The current building is more than 35 years old. Commissioners Commissioner Mickey Fincannon says the foundation has sunk, and since the slab can't be raised, the facility has to be demolished. The new annex will include a redesigned tax office, a new JP office, constable's office, a full courtroom, and more. The demolition is expected to begin in January of 2026, depending on the bid process. And once it's started, the tax office will temporarily close, and residents will need to go to Wichita Falls or Iowa Park for vehicle and registration tax services.
The city of Wichita Falls issues a proclamation naming November 18th Raymond Hager Day. It's all to celebrate the 95-year-old man who's been driving buses for 27 years. Local City of Wichita Falls bus driver Raymond Hager is now in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's oldest bus driver. And on top of that recognition, he also celebrated his 95th birthday just yesterday. Hager initially flew crop dusters at 120 miles per hour for 30 years before slowing things down and becoming a bus driver for nearly the same amount of time. Hager says he was initially going to retire when he hit the age of 95, but he says he's changed his mind and says he is going to drive as long as his health will allow him to. I know his riders are pretty happy about that.
If you want to see that full story that Curtis Jackson did on him, you can find that over on our website, TexomasHomepage.com. It's a good one. Now, we are also still accepting nominations for our Remarkable Women campaign.
That's right. To nominate an extraordinary woman in your life, visit TexomasHomepage.com. That's where you can share her story so we can spotlight her in March. We hope you'll help us shine a light on what makes women in Texoma truly remarkable.
Don't go anywhere. Michael is in next with a look at his full forecast.
And the holidays are looking a little brighter for our Wichita Falls family. Just a little later, Jalen Wells brings us our first Christmas King Merle of the season.
Hey, that's my burrito. Hey.
You're not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
That's my burrito.
Purple, less pain, better sleep.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you? Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable. Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here? Biologically, no. Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Not see it coming. It's pre-diabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute pre-diabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills. Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Now, from KFDX KFDX3, Texoma's Weather Authority, with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling.
So some parts of Texoma are seeing some of that weather, that rain and thunderstorms. So anything going into the night. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know.
Every time someone says, seeing some of that weather, well, we're all seeing weather.
Goodbye.
Sorry,
you and the being so literal.
Yeah, that tends to happen. I also was so busy looking at the radar that
did you not pay attention?
Anyways, taking a look outside on the Seymour Tower Cam. Wanted to show some lightning here. There it goes. Okay, it actually worked with live television. This has been a pretty heavy lightning producer that's in Baylor County right now, stretches into Jack County, into Throckmorton County. Current temperature outside is 69 degrees. We have a south wind at 9 miles per hour. Today's high was 82 degrees, so we went down as 18 degrees above our average of 64, which was 5 degrees just off our record of 87 that we set back in 1949. We are 13 degrees above average on the low this morning at 52. For tomorrow, it's going to be one of those cloudy, occasionally rainy days here as we go throughout the day here for tomorrow. So temperatures really don't warm up all that much. We're going to stay right in around that 69 to 70 degree mark across most of Texoma. Some spots getting down to only 68 there, but overall it's going to be a pretty dreary afternoon here with all the cloud cover and some rain in the region here. Occasionally some thunderstorms too, mostly just light to moderate precipitation. Now, as we finish off the week, we're at 73 on Friday. We knock it back down to the 60s here as we finish off this weekend into next week. And as we go into next week here, we're actually going to see temperatures drop down to the 50s for our highs as we go into the Thanksgiving holiday and likely Thanksgiving Day morning and Black Friday morning. We're going to see those lows down right around freezing, so it will be cold starts to those days as well. Here's our check on the radar. There's some showers and storms that are really breaking apart further to the north. This is the activity that's a little bit more organized, producing a lot of that lightning. Very heavy rainfall in spots too, likely here as it pushes into Archer County. This will likely eventually, some of it's already starting to push into Wichita County and also going to hit the northwestern edge of Young County there. Right now, this activity is not severe. Talking to the Weather Service, we really don't anticipate much severe weather here through the overnight hours. There's a small chance, maybe a little bit of hail, a brief gust of wind. It's just not a big severe weather environment, but it will produce some very heavy rainfall along with quite a bit of lightning like we just saw in the tower cam. So it is a heavy thunderstorm, just doesn't look to be severe at this point. So across the region, we have this activity pushing in. After this little thunderstorm that comes through, it's actually pretty large, but weaker thunderstorm overall. And Futurecast also is not doing very good at handling this. It had 10 o'clock, nothing there. Of course, we do have that storm there. As we go through the overnight hours, though, really it's not until we get closer to around daybreak tomorrow that we start to see more showers and storms start to work into the region. And as we go throughout the day for tomorrow, here's after daybreak, 7 a.m., lots of activity in the region. We're going to see kind of off and on shower chances, especially as we go into the afternoon. There's going to be a lot of rain across Texoma. Some activity could be heavier in the eastern portions of Texoma before it starts to push out. Some lingering showers late tomorrow evening, and then we start to clear out the skies here as we go into Friday. So quick check on the thunderstorm outlook. Marginal risk overnight tonight. Gusty winds, maybe some hail, not a big severe weather environment by any means. For Thursday, we have that marginal risk in the eastern portions of Texoma. There's a chance for some gusty winds, a little bit of hail, primarily after about 2 to 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Most of us will not see severe weather, but most of us actually will see rain tomorrow. Rain chance up to 80%, maybe even 90% here as we go into tomorrow. And then we have another rain chance as we go into this weekend, but this one also looks to have the higher precipitation totals from that event to be further down to the southeast. So for tonight, 63 degrees, scattered showers and storms, a south-southeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, 69 for the high tomorrow. Showers likely along with some thunder, a south wind at 6 to 12 miles per hour. Here's a 7-day forecast. We lose the rain chances there for Friday and Saturday. They return for Sunday, and they're a little bit cooler and closer to average as we go into next week.
Introducing Purple, the only mattress with the GelFlex grid, designed to relieve pressure and reduce pain, so you can end and start your day feeling refreshed. From quiet mornings to meaningful moments together, because the right bed doesn't just improve your night, it improves your day. Shop Purple's Black Friday sale and save up to $800 on a mattress and base. Purple, less pain, better sleep.
At Hickory Recovery Network, we are dedicated to being a national leader in the treatment of substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our mission is to provide compassionate, structured, and evidence-based care through our expanding network. Now in Texas, Hickory Treatment Center at Longview offers a comprehensive residential treatment program designed to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. If you or a loved one needs help, call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team or visit hickorytreatmentcenters.com today.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The bravest person I know is my daughter, Cynthia.
My friend Sean, and he was in the Air Force.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted. It was when he found his first support group.
It was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay. She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
My opponent is completely disregarding almost half of my arguments which I responded to.
Communities must step up.
Laws
to
alone
protest
cannot
against this
stop the
normalizing.
bullet.
Well, I completely disagree.
Point of inquiry, do you guys even realize that the #1 killer of children and teens are gun injuries?
You're probably starting to realize now, this is not a debate.
There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
I'm today.
You're watching KFDX 3 News.
Teacher, nonprofit founder, Scoutmaster, board member, and company co-owner. The life of one Wichita Falls woman is not defined by one role, but instead by her ambitions, rooted in curiosity and confidence. Jalen Wells shares how a kind-hearted learning enthusiast became our next Christmas Came Early recipient.
Jessica Mitchell has accumulated numerous awards through her 16 years of teaching in school and leading clubs, and is creating an everlasting impact on local kids.
I just think she is just a very wholesome, good person. Every kid feels welcome in her room.
My childhood wasn't always the best growing up, and so I just want to make sure that kids aren't neglected an opportunity just because they don't have that for themselves and they don't have the means to go make it for themselves. So I want to make sure that, if they want to do something, we can give them the opportunity to try it.
Jessica's passion for inspiring leadership and empowering character expands beyond the classroom.
My kids really inspired me to start most of this stuff because I was that kid in school that I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't a drama kid. I didn't do band, so I just had my nerd club set, and I just saw a need here for that too. So we started doing those, and then the kids kept coming up and asking for more and more, and they're so cute I can't tell them no, and then I get involved in more and more stuff.
And even while juggling numerous activities, she's still willing to go out of her way for kids every single day.
And then my son actually came back and told me, did you know that Mrs. Mitchell had to drive back to Dallas the next day to pick up our kit to build their new robot for the next round of the competition? And I was like, oh my gosh, she could have asked somebody else, to do that for her. But no, she doesn't do that. She just is she'll just hop in the car and she'll do anything. She will go out of her way.
She's just a good person overall. You can't,
You can't find anybody better than her. We're constantly getting people that come up and talk to us about being in her classes. And so do I think she's making a difference? Absolutely.
And that's why we decided to surprise Jessica as our next Christmas Game Early recipient.
I'm Steve with Hamilton Bryan.
It's nice to meet you, Steve.
Nice to meet you. We hear you do a lot of good things.
Oh, thank you.
You're our first recipient this year of our Christmas Game Early. We'd like to give you $500 for all the good things you do for our community and our kids.
I appreciate it.
Merry Christmas to you.
There couldn't be a better person for this, and I'm so proud of her, and congratulations. Like, so well deserved.
What a great way to kick off this holiday season. Now, if you'd like to nominate someone for Christmas Came Early, just head on over to our website at texomashomepage.com and click on Christmas Came Early under the contest tab. Don't go anywhere. What the Tech is coming up next.
It's the ultimate hockey experience. The Allen Americans are back. Join us at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for heart-pounding action, unforgettable moments, and a community that bleeds red, white, and blue. Bring your family and friends and enjoy amazing food, fun activities, and the thrill of live hockey. Feel the rush as the Allen Americans battle it out on the ice. Get tickets today at AllenAmericans.com and join the adventure. Allen Americans Hockey, where every game is a win.
At Hickory Treatment Center in Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. We offer residential treatment to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. Need help? Call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team today.
News Nation is earning trust by reporting all sides to every story.
That's why News Nation is getting traction.
See why more Americans trust News Nation. News for all Americans.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
If you have a child, there's a good chance they've played Roblox at some point, but even parents who monitor their child while they play can later find out adults posing as children have been chatting with them. But as Jamie Tucker explains, Roblox has a plan.
Yeah, Roblox is making a big change to better protect children from predators who sneak into chat rooms. But parents may hesitate when they learn the child has to submit a selfie before they can enter the chat rooms. Many parents love Roblox because it looks like a simple building game with endless creativity. Teachers even praise it for helping kids learn problem solving. But like everything else online, there is a darker side. Adults pretending to be children have used chat features to talk with kids. So soon anyone who wants to use chat will have to submit a selfie so Roblox can confirm they are actually a child. If the face doesn't match the age of the account, the chat gets blocked. This sits on top of existing protections that already stop adults from chatting with minors without a parent's approval. Roblox says it will not store the photos. Kids can play games without taking a selfie. This only applies to chatting, and it's optional. But Roblox strongly encourages it. And parents who want to be more cautious can turn off chat entirely in parental controls. And with a parent account, you can also see activity logs showing who your child is talking with and what's being said. And if your child is playing Roblox, you should have a parent account tied to their account. And many parents may see this as a positive step as long as the photos stay private. Otherwise, it would create other privacy problems trying to solve an old one. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
We're not going anywhere. Tobin is coming up next with sports.
Hey, that's my burrito. Hey.
You're not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
That's my burrito.
Purple, less pain, better sleep.
At Hickory Recovery Network, we are dedicated to being a national leader in the treatment of substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our mission is to provide compassionate, structured, and evidence-based care through our expanding network. Now in Texas, Hickory Treatment Center at Longview offers a comprehensive residential treatment program designed to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. If you or a loved one needs help, call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team or visit hickorytreatmentcenters.com today.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy told him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Now, sports with Tobin McDuff from the OSTC Sports Desk, your complete orthopedic team.
It's a great time to be a Nakona Lady Indian. The orange and black, fresh off their state title in basketball last year, have another chance to win gold, this time on the volleyball court. Nakona preparing for the Class 2A Division I state championship match tomorrow. The Lady Indians battling a historically good program, Jewett Leon. The Lady Cougars haven't lost a single set during this playoff run. Leon making its 31st career appearance at state, compared to just the 8th appearance for Nakona.
They're good. They're traditionally very good. You see them at the state tournament and state champions more so than not. They're tough and they're solid and they come at every angle and they're, strong offensively and very tough defensively. And so they're a lot like us. They run the same defense that we do. So we kind of see ourselves mirrored as them.
The state championship game will get underway at 5 o'clock in Garland tomorrow at the Curtis Culwell Center. Leon looking for its 11th state championship. Nakona trying to get their first. Both teams looking for their 35th win of the season, which would be the biggest win of the year, no question about it. The Nakona Lady Indians are our team of the week. The complete story can be seen on Texoma's homepage.com. To some college soccer now, where the Midwestern State men's team is getting ready for its NCAA tournament matchup. The Mustangs hosting the Falcons of Seattle Pacific. It's a program coming off a 10-win season and a regular season title. They fell in double overtime of their conference tournament championship game. That's the GNAC to the GNAC, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Saturday will be the first ever meeting between these two programs. So what's the scouting report?
Super organized, very free-flowing, but still structured in the way that they move. They scored a handful of goals, but still giving up a few goals. So we're looking to see how we can kind of match up with them in certain areas of the field.
Midwestern State needs your help to make it a home field advantage Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. MSU hosting Seattle Pacific at Stang Park as the Mustangs make their 12th straight NCAA tournament appearance.
This Silver Star Nation report on KFDX is sponsored locally by Metal Marts.
The Dallas Cowboys on Monday night played their first game following the tragic death of Marshawn Nealon, managing to beat the Raiders. Now they have to prepare for their first home game without their teammate. Obviously, there'll be a video tribute and a moment of silence before the Cowboys face the Eagles on Sunday afternoon. And Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer knows this team needs to keep moving forward.
Again, I think, we're getting used to, Skylar, the new norm. I think we're, this will be, a chance for us to honor him at home. I believe there's some things that we're going to do for his family. Again, my job as the coach is to make sure our guys are not caught off guard with anything. So whatever we are planning as we finalize some things, I'll make sure that they know and they're aware of that. But I'll be honest with you, my assistant, Laura, came in today and I was blaring my music in my office, and I'm a big music guy, and she kind of was, tongue-in-cheek, kind of being silly, but she's like, it's great to see you playing your music loud and whatnot. And so that kind of made me chuckle because I'm feeling more back to myself.
And moving forward means the Cowboys will be facing the NFC leading Eagles at 8-2 for the Silver Star Nation. Mickey Spagnola here at the Star.
The Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday afternoon at AT&T Stadium. And you can see that game on Texoma's Fox, 3:25 kickoff. That will do it for our look at sports. We'll see you back here after the break.
Introducing Purple, the only mattress with the GelFlex Grid, designed to relieve pressure and reduce pain. So you can end and start your day feeling refreshed. From quiet mornings to meaningful moments together. Because the right bed doesn't just improve your night, it improves your day. Shop Purple's Black Friday sale and save up to $800 on a mattress and base. Purple. Less pain, better sleep.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's, a master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Take one last check on the radar here. Some showers and storms moving across the southern portions of Texoma right here. This actually does not look to be severe, but some gusty winds are possible. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning that's on the very edge of Jackson County. Some hail and gusty winds, but it is quickly moving out of the county.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that, Michael. Thanks so much. And thank you all so much for joining us.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 10.
From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community. You're watching KFDX 3 News at 10.
Our weather team's been tracking severe weather in the area. This is some footage from our storm chaser, Kyle Guthrie, just west of Henrietta at Highway 287 and Brown Road. Winds were reaching 53 miles per hour, and there was some hail out there as well. Up to quarter size was reported. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Aaron Gonders.
And I'm Carney Porter. We're going to go ahead and start things off with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look at how things are going into the night. Michael, what do you know so far?
There are still a couple of storms out there. One of these storms, more on the large side. Our radar locally here at Frederick is still down, so that's why the radar looks a little bit different than it usually does. We got some activity in northern Wilbarger County making its way in